sleepyhead. Were you dreaming of me? Your eyes seem to indicate otherwise. My bad. I guess it's too soon. Oh, please, spare yourself the effort. You can't move because I've tied you up with my magic. It's one of my favorite things about being a witch. You look so cute lying there, all helpless and vulnerable. Like an adorable little doll for me to tease and play with. The gag. Ah, yes. I suppose that was kind of unnecessary. We're not on the academy grounds right now, so no one will hear you if you scream. But I didn't want you to strain your vocal cords all in the panic. You see? I'm real considerate like that. I can see your eyes flitting about. Do you like the decor? My family doesn't really care much for this log cabin deep in the woods. They usually just prefer keeping to their city mansions, you see. But I've always found this place rather quaint. I think the golden brown woodwork and the glazed paneling are quite charming. Don't you? My dear, there's no cause for alarm. This isn't another one of my pranks. I know you've got lots of questions, and you can't ask any of them because of the gag. But please, stop worrying. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be more than okay, actually. What? I told you to stop worrying. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to cup your cheek and trace my fingers down the side of your face like this, as I stare into those pretty, frightened little eyes. Why do you still try to pull away from me? Do you not know how much I... It doesn't matter. You'll be mine before the night is over. You'll learn to love my gentle caress soon enough. Huh. I almost understood you that time. Well, you see, my dear, it's because I'm claiming you as my familiar. A witch's familiar is not only her personal little helper, but also her partner, her closest companion in the whole world. And I've chosen you to be mine. You'll be like a treasured little pet. I'll look after all your needs and fulfill all your wants. Doesn't that sound nice? Oh, but I am being serious. I've had my eye on you for a long, long time now. Why else would I waste so much of my time on you? Shh. No more mumbling against the gag. I can tell you probably just thought of me as one of those popular girl types who was being mean to you for no reason. But that's not it at all. I didn't try out all those spells on you just for fun. I mean, that was a pretty big part of it, but... Did you ever see me doing to anybody else what I do to you? No. You're starting to realize it now. You're more to me than just a toy. So much more. Soon, we're going to be together as witch and familiar. You're going to willingly obey all my instructions, and I can finally reward you the way I've always wanted. My ritual is nearly complete. I've inscribed the runes and inlaid the incantations. My magic is wrapping itself around you like a soft, warm blanket. But there's still something important I need to bring back for all of this to take effect. I don't want to leave you all alone here. I really don't. But I promise I'll be with you again shortly. Oh, don't start protesting again. I know it's difficult, but absence makes the heart grow fonder. Okay, probably not what you were protesting about behind the gag, but it's okay. Soon you'll see things my way. You've always belonged to me, and soon we'll make it official. Oh, and pet, don't run off anywhere while I'm gone. All right? Mwah.
Hi there, sweetie. Looks like my timing was as impeccable as always. That witch Clementine stepped out for a minute just like I knew she would. I knew she would tie you up and begin the ritual to make you her familiar, but she can't finish the ritual until she uses this. Oh, whoops. That's just a towel. It is the most useful thing in the universe, but not applicable here. No, let's see. She needed this. A lampstand. This is a carpet bag, not a wardrobe. I'm not entering Narnia. Oh, for crying out loud, where is it? Yes, sweetie? You look confused. Oh, the carpet bag. I'm pretty proud of it. It's my own design. I built it for my final project for my magical devices class. I took inspiration from Mary Poppins, got an A+. Professor Gandalf was very impressed. Oh, sorry, we don't actually have a Professor Gandalf. That's just what I call him because of his long grey beard. I am an adept magic user, but I'm also a huge nerd and proud of it. Speaking of things we're called, I'm Yasmina. I don't believe we've formally met. You're a year behind us, and if Clementine hadn't decided to start bullying you, you probably wouldn't have known her either. But I've been watching you. The moment you set foot on campus, my spidey sense went off. Don't bother telling me your name, sweetie. I'm very familiar with who you are. Familiar? Get it? Because that's what you are. Or rather, that's what you're going to be. Not laughing. I'm sorry, maybe that joke was above you. I am here on scholarship after all, because I am the best of the best. Not like that tramp Clementine. Ugh. She thinks she's so special because her mommy and daddy paid for that entire extra wing on the Potions and Runes building. But she couldn't even cast an invisibility spell to save her life. What a newbie. Why she ever thought she deserved a familiar like you is beyond me. Oh my God, sweetie. I have to admit, I've always found you adorable, but seeing you tied like this. Oh, you are going to be the cutest, most adorable familiar ever. Well, it looks like all of the correct runes are actually in place. I'm surprised. You know, she was the cause of the accident in alchemy lab last semester. Poor Giorgio. I'm sure the instructors will be able to find a way to allow him to regrow hair one day. Now, sweetie, where were we? Oh, that's right. I was looking for the last item to complete the enchantment. It's gotta be in here somewhere. I swiped it from her so she couldn't actually finish the procedure before I could take you for myself. Yes, sweetie, that's right. I am going to make you my familiar. You'll be my intimate companion for the rest of our lives together. Why, ever since I first laid eyes on your adorably handsome face, I just had to have you. I was making plans to do just that when I learned of Clementine's design to do the same thing, and so, being the brilliant tactician that I am, I decided to let her do most of my work for me, and here we are. Of course, I couldn't let her have you. That precious face deserves only the best. And that's me. Don't worry. Once the ritual is completed, I'll be able to do so much more than simply kiss your cheek. I know you're not completely mine yet, but I so want to remove your gag and taste of your sweet, sweet lips. You wouldn't cry out, would you? If I just...
Ah, Yasmina, how lovely of you to join us. I'd say I'm surprised, but really I'm not.
Clementine, damn it, I thought you'd be gone longer.
I don't suppose you've come all this way for tea and crumpets.
Well, I see now why you're back so soon if you thought that tea and crumpets were the last remaining items needed to complete the enchantment.
You know, I thought someone who claims to be as smart as you would know the last ingredient was a vial of mermaid's tears. Oh, and please don't look for it in your side bag. These things tend to be pricey.
Well, they're only pricey if you lack the magical acumen to gather the materials yourself. I would have thought it was a spell you could actually handle, since the octopus witch you are is most likely well versed in stealing mermaids' voices. Stealing their tears should have been simple enough for you.
That must be what I'm missing. Magical acumen. Does it involve offering the mermaids a slice of your scholarship money? How are you going to pay for that tuition then?
I'd explain it to you, but that would be a violation of the Prime Directive. I'm not allowed to interfere with any being clearly not evolved enough to handle it. Don't worry, baby. I'll protect you from the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, she'll try. But nothing and no one is going to stand between you and me, my pet. And how about you evolve some humility first, Yasmina? It'd let you suck up to the professors much easier.
Humility? Humility? You're daring to lecture me on humility. You? The one who bribed her way through her magical ethics class. You who struts around campus like you own it.
But I kind of do. Both my parents are on the board of directors. And hey, at least I didn't mess up a supposedly advanced potion in alchemy class and then force my lab partner to take the blame just because I have to convince everyone I'm perfect.
What? I didn't... How could you...
Oh, I know everything that happens around campus, Yasmina. You couldn't brew a potion back then, and you aren't going to stop me now. I'm going to complete the ritual and make him my familiar. Forever.
But if you... You can't... You're right. I'm a sham. I'm a fraud. I don't deserve my scholarship. I don't deserve a familiar as cute and adorable and cute as him. I can't even think of another word to say than cute. I've lost my ability for rational thought ever since he arrived. I thought that if I could only make him my familiar, everything would be right again. I could have his cuddles and my brain would I can't even think of the word for braining.
Tears? Really? Do you seriously think I'm going to fall for that? You were trying to steal my familiar. You can't play the victim here. This isn't fair. You're not Ashan, but I will not... Pet, what is it? Oh, we kind of forgot about you back there, didn't we? I'm so sorry. Are you trying to say something?
He probably wants to say he'd rather be with you, Clementine. Maybe that's the best. He's the greatest, most lovingly sweetest boy I've ever met. And he deserves someone who will truly care for him, like a cherished familiar should be cared for. And with your riches and the ability to provide for him, maybe that's you.
That is, I don't know what to say. I think we should let him speak, Yasmina. There you are, my pet. Now what is it you... What? No, that's not what I... Okay. I suppose you're kind of right. All of this must feel a little too sudden to you. But we weren't trying to stress you out, I swear. Tell him, Yasmina.
Tell him what? That he shouldn't be stressed out right now? We kidnapped him, Clementine. Kidnapped him. And we did so because you're the most precious, wonderful person in existence. Don't you see? We don't just want to make you our familiar. We need you.
Oh, but my pet... My sweet little puppy. We just can't let you go. No, it doesn't work like that. You're not leaving this cabin unclaimed.
Well, Clementine's right. We're making you ours. You don't have to worry. It's going to be wonderful, but you can't leave. Well, you will leave eventually, but only with us. Or, at least, with one of us.
Darling, why do you look scared? Do you really believe I could ever hurt you? I... love you. I love you. I have loved you ever since you first stumbled about blindly in the hallways and knocked off all my textbooks. Clumsy little thing. You were so scared because I was a witch, and you were apologizing so profusely, but I didn't hear a word. I couldn't. I kept staring into your eyes the whole time, my lips parted in awe. I knew then that you were just the one meant for me. No one has ever made me feel the way you do. I knew that I just had to have you.
And when I said that my spidey sense went off the moment you stepped on campus, I wasn't joking. Well, maybe I was kidding about having been bitten by a radioactive spider. Maybe. But the part about sensing you was absolutely true. I could magically feel you the very moment you were here. It was a great disturbance in the forest kind of thing. You and I, we just had to be connected.
My darling, you're too good for this world. Too kind and soft and gentle, and people take advantage of that. Part of why I started bullying you was because I didn't want anyone else to ever lay a finger on you. I shoved you into lockers, teased you, played pranks on you with my magic, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I hurt you. I wanted you all to myself. And I truly felt I'd always known when to stop. I want to give you the world, and I want to protect you and pamper you and spoil you. You're my daydream, my ideal. And I want you more than anything I've ever wanted.
And although you never saw me, my dear, sweet, radiant boy, I worked to prepare a place for you from that first moment that I could feel you near. Your clumsy body betrayed your radiant, glowing spirit. You may not have an affinity for magic the way I have, or even as Clementine has, but your loving kindness and the purity of your soul put all other students here to shame. Even if they can't see it the way I can, I so desired you. I so loved you that I devoted my life to setting up not simply a safe, cozy little place where nobody else could reach you or bully you like Clementine, but I prepared magical wards and enchantments to always keep you protected and assure you of how much I loved you. And before you say anything, Clementine, I may owe you an apology. I always saw your treatment of my love as horrendous. It angered me to watch you berate him so and stirred me up to hasten my preparations. I never considered that you were doing what you were doing to protect him.
I guess we all make mistakes, Yasmina. And sometimes we act out of desperation. Kidnapping him here and trying to make him my familiar. After all I've done, I can see why he'd be alarmed and so unsure. But my pet, I wouldn't change what I did. You're too you to take care of yourself. You need to be with a woman who'll love you and look after you. Like we already said, you're not getting out of here unclaimed. No, puppy. This is non-negotiable. You're not getting out of this one, cheeky little thing. And I think there's really only one way we can resolve this.
Clementine, that would traumatize our sweet little baby boy here too badly, to be ripped from his timeline in that way. Besides, how many times have I told you that was fiction? A flux capacitor simply does not...
Whatever foolish drivel you're spewing, let me stop you right there, because that is not what I meant. I was thinking that maybe we'll let him choose, Yasmina.
Oh, well, that makes more sense. I was thinking that a wizard's duel, like in the Sword and the Stone, might work, but letting him choose is probably safer. No, dear. I believe we both made it clear that letting you choose neither of us simply isn't possible. The bond between a magic user and her familiar is so powerful that becoming Clementine's familiar is the only thing that could keep me from constantly chasing after you until you were fully mine. So, please choose me. I swear to you on my life that I will do nothing but dote over my precious little honey bun for the rest of your life, with head pats and snuggles and whatever else your heart desires.
And I'll never let you cry again. I'll protect you from the world, and I'll never leave you alone with your fears and your anxieties again. I know what it's like to lie alone in a dark room, staring at the shadows on your ceiling, wondering if someone was ever going to love you. I know what that is like, and I will never allow you to feel that way again, my pet, my darling, my sweetness. Let's build sandcastles together in the sun. Let's sit by the fireside and sip hot chocolate and share ghost stories. Let's snuggle into each other as it gets cold and talk the night away until the sun comes up and I find you've drifted off to sleep in my arms. And then I'll pull you close and watch your pretty face and smile and wonder how on earth did I get so lucky. So, puppy, will you let me have you?
No, say yes to me. I'll walk on the shore with you hand in hand as we watch the sunset or sunrise. Or both, because we've camped out in a sleeping bag, letting the sound of the ocean waves caress us as I caress you with my hands while I nibble on your ears and let you know how loved you are. Let me use my magic to soothe your body and claim your mind. I know every way there is to relax and pamper you delicately and sweetly. I want to care for you. I want to care for you so badly because I love you with all that I am. So